3 years of the torture and the pain. It was the same abuse every single day. I wanted to take an overdose. Instead, I grabbed a blade and I pressed it to my skin, hoping the pain would fade away. I did that as I was judged by my individuality. Just be critical about my personality. I was only 12 when names like fat girl became normality. Eating less and less, it crushed my mentality. Punch, kick, push is only some of the physicality. I started losing guidance in all the authorities. We need to change our ways in society. I don't understand why we're moving so silently. Where's the morality? We're no longer in touch with humanity. It seems we're living in a world without Christianity. The next part's dedicated to my whole family. My brother said, "Why you shopping yourself? Don't you know that it's really bad for your health?" I laughed, but he flipped so red and told me, if I ever find them, just know they're all dead. Depression hit me hard, I won't even lie. I wanted to die, but Grandad Steve kept me alive. I looked at my mum and Nanny Kathy in the eye. That's when I knew that I had to survive. It was hard telling my brothers and sisters how I wanted to commit suicide because I no longer understood the meaning of life. It was clear I had to make the right choices. That's when I joined art theatres with voices. It was a mechanism of keeping me on my 2 feet. So trust me when I say there's not a better place to be. If you're feeling a piece missing, it makes you feel complete. It teaches life lessons during the sessions, so don't take it for granted, because one day it'll be a blessing. I'm always being told I look 12 years young. I'll tell you why, because inside I'm very numb. When I was 12, my whole world stopped. So I didn't grow a day older. I was just stuck with the lightning and the thunder. Let me break it down section by section. So listen and I'll answer all of your questions. Depression is like a dark environment, no way out. And a maze where you're trapped, filled with your own doubt. Anxiety is when you're cautious of everyone around you, so you are worried of everything that you do. Self-harm is not for attention. It's a cry for help when you're feeling the rejection. Anorexia is all about the food you intake, not eating a lot because the food is a waste. Yeah, I've been there. Yeah, I've seen it. I looked at my own reflection and said, "You're not worth it." I had an eating competition, so if I won, they would leave me alone. It sounds crazy, but I was in my zone, and I was getting bullied over the phone. But I wish you well, even though you brought me pain, even though you brought me hell.
Cold, crisp night pricks your skin like my point pricks the side of your intentions. A seemingly harmless thought burns a hole in your back pocket. The harmless idea of protection becomes a weapon of death. I am the puppet master, and you are my puppet. I control your every move. I am the prick in your side that urges you on. Your mind is racing at the speed of light. I dare you to throw the first punch, the first kick, the first stab. One moment there was a bright future, the next, flowers on a lamppost. What once was a tool for life, now a tool of death. So tell me, which tool will you choose?
If you see someone wounded or bleeding, the first thing you need to do is call an ambulance and dial 999.
Once you have located the wound or injury, apply pressure with a spare piece of material or clothing to stop the bleeding.
The next thing you will need to do is make sure the person is laying down or in the recovery position if necessary. This is effective because it can prevent further injury like falling over or fainting from loss of blood.
Next, you need to elevate the legs so that the blood can go to the vital organs.
Next, you need to reassure the person, "I'm here, nothing's going to happen, an ambulance is on its way."
Finally, after you've done all of this, you have to check the temperature. To do this, you can place the back of your hand on their forehead. If they're quite cold, you can take an item of clothing to cover them with.
They say blood sheds from the wrist of those ashamed of who they kiss. And it's true, it's our sad side of humanity. Suicide or self-harm, thousands of lives are gone just because people decide who they are. Ever since our youth, we were told to embrace ourselves, but then are told, one man, one woman. But what about us? What are we to do? Hide in the shadows, fight alone while everybody else has someone beside them? All we can do is try, possibly get hurt, but try. We live in a world of hate, but our community is stronger than the next. Lesbian, gay, bi, trans, pan, all of us will be ourselves. Intersex, demi, grey, asexual, non-binary. This is who we are. We are humans. We all are, who love fellow aliens. We won't change. We won't stand down. We will be us. Humans in dignity, humans together.
The most peculiar things to note about these interactions are the looks of those engaged in them and the thoughts unseen behind. One sees his pet. No, plush toy. No, she's most definitely his puppet. And the other looks, but sees nothing. She's locked in utter darkness. My arm! Stop stroking. That's my leg. Remove your hand. If she could, she'd scream. She'd tear the entire world to pieces. But in her mouth and on her lips, with his hands and the quick snips he makes at her, he's sewn her mouth shut. And now these invisible stitches keep her upright. She wouldn't want a reputation, now would she?
Your tears roll down your rosy red cheeks like waterfalls. Your lips tremble with the colour blood red like an earthquake. Your hair moves in the slow breeze like trees in a forest. Your hands are covered in the cuts just as you handle the blade. Your cut on your lip was made by the man who hurt you the most. You blame yourself for being the bigger person and stood up for yourself. The result was horrible. You tie the rope around your neck like you tie your hair up for school. You stand on the chair as if you were about to present a speech. You write your final words on a plain white piece of paper, written in dark black, goodbye. You push the chair by a foot like dancing with two left feet. You strangle yourself with the rope feeling nothing. You wake up in the hospital like waking from a hard day's work. You cry yourself to sleep thinking, I'll try again tomorrow. Your tears roll down your rosy red cheeks like waterfalls as you feel the pain that he has brought you.
A woman's place is in the home.
Or the bank.
The factory.
The office.
The farm.
The armed forces.
The school.
The church.
The health service.
The sports and fitness industry.
The media.
Water first, innit?
The government.
The science lab.
The beauty salon.
The police force.
Or anywhere they choose to be.
I measure hand grenades from week to week down at the factory at Barking Creek. Spraying paint for tanks and planes is my task, day in and day out without a mask.
When the siren sounds for the air raids,
We sit in the shelter and don't get paid.
I start my job in the morning at 7:30. I finish my job at 6:45, all messy and dirty.
And when I get home, the work isn't done. Cooking and cleaning for my daughter and son.
We continue to fight for equal pay because we are skilled, we are needed, and we have something to say.
I'm a female, so I'm vulnerable, weak, confused, and powerless.
If you're a male, you are superior, dominant, and hard-working, which means you are blessed.
I question why inequality is still here.
They say we are equal, but we are getting paid different for the same career. We're useless, so we are moving forward, not looking at the rear.
So tell me why we are females and we remain powerful, creative and strong. All the negative interpretations you make.
I believe you are wrong.
Women have the power to achieve.